Hello and welcome to Binary Core, and this is another one of our Evolution of videos, and today we're talking about Grand Theft Auto. Everyone loves Grand Theft Auto, right? You two love it?
Yeah, I love Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's alright.
So, yeah? Well, new one's coming out, so this is perfect time for us to do, where's Grand Theft Auto, where did it start, and, where has it come to? So, the first Grand Theft Auto, 1997, PlayStation 1, do you remember it?
Kinda, I only played a little bit of that one.
Right.
Now, it was set because there were three sort of universes of Grand Theft Auto, and this was the 2D universe, and that consisted of Grand Theft Auto 1, Grand Theft Auto 2, and the two London games. Did you know there were two London games? Most people don't know that.
I knew there was one, I didn't know there was two.
There was 1961 and 1969. They both came out in 99, in the same year as Grand Theft Auto 2. But so chronologically, the Grand Theft Auto London was the first one in the setting, but Grand Theft Auto 1 was the first game to come out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now, these games, so Grand Theft Auto, it was set in three different locations. You had Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas. Now, these are names that we may recognise.
Just a little bit.
But
They ring a bell.
But apparently there was
no
an actual storyline to the first game, but I don't remember it. I just remember running over loads of people and shooting them.
I remember being very good at the driving.
Either of you actually do the storyline?
All I remember is taking some Harry Krishna people in a bus and driving it off something. Well, that might have been Hitman.
Or running over all of the Hare Krishnas and you get the kill frenzy. That's all I remember.
Yeah, it was Grand Theft Auto in a bus.
Grand Theft Auto in a bus. That should have been the third game. So yeah, all of those games were on the PlayStation. Didn't really do much. I mean, I've got them, played them, but didn't really do much with them because, as I said, storyline didn't really appeal to me because I couldn't think there was one. But then they moved on to the 3D universe, and you know what games were in that?
Yeah, you had GTA 3, then GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas. Wasn't there another one?
Well, you also had Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories,
yeah,
and the Grand Theft Auto game. Yeah, and the Grand Theft Auto game that came out on the Game Boy Advanced.
I don't remember that one.
I don't think I ever played that.
It was set in 2000 and released in 2004. So, Grand Theft Auto 3, first time they went 3D, and what was the guy's name? So that one's set in Liberty City, but I can't remember the person you play. He's a mute. He doesn't speak in the game at all.
That one wasn't Tommy Vercetti, was it?
No, that wasn't Tommy Vercetti. Tommy Vercetti was Vice City. But the two characters did look alike, and a lot of people did think that the Grand Theft Auto 3 guy was Tommy Vercetti, but it wasn't. You learn his name in Vice City. Oh, was it Vice City? One of the games you go back to Liberty City, and you learn his name then. But that might have been San Andreas. I know at one point you do go back. You go to the cafe at the top of the hill.
Claude,
that's it, yeah. Now,
don't know if he had a surname.
Moving on to the 3D. Brilliant idea. I mean, sure, you had all this fun in playing in the 2D universe, but I definitely wanted to do the storyline in number 3, because it was fun.
Yeah, they kind of had to move to 3D. It wasn't really so much of a choice. They couldn't stay on.
So they branched out the world itself, making it huge. And number 3 was huge when we first got that, and then they just kept expanding upon that, and it was madness. But I do like the comedy elements they brought in. For me, every time I got into a car, it was always switched to the chat radio station.
The radio stations. They were probably one of the best things about all of the all the GTA games.
But I'd never listen to the actual music channels. It would always be listening to, what was it in? Yeah, well, Laszlo. That was WCTR, or was that the one from San Andreas? Oh, no, that was it. It was Chatterbox. It was Chatterbox from number 3. It was K-Chat in Vice City, hosted by some woman, and then it was WCTR in San Andreas.
Was it Vice City that had all the interviews with was it the senator or the congressman who wanted to take everyone's money and build a spaceship?
That was Vice City, yeah. It was,
I don't remember that.
The Pastor Richard Salvation statue.
That's the one.
Why do I remember that? But yeah, that was Vice City, because it was the same one where you had Love Fist being interviewed,
Yeah, Love Fist.
which is like the greatest 80s band ever made.
I remember having the GTA soundtrack just so I could have like actual copies of those songs.
But yeah, so Vice City, I've always said is the best in the 3D universe, because I thought San Andreas was too large. There was too much going on, and Vice City to me had a better storyline. I wanted to complete that more than I did with San Andreas. It was more gripping.
I agree with you on that. Vice City's my favourite of all the GTA so far.
I disagree. San Andreas would be mine.
We went through this on the throwback when we were playing San Andreas, that you and David both liked that one the most.
Yeah. I didn't think it was too big, to be honest. I felt like there was enough to do in all of it.
Yeah.
See, I didn't like the adding the odd RPG element to it, like go to the gym, you get fitter, eat lots of food, you throw up and get fat. I never bothered with any of that.
There was a lot more customization in San Andreas as well.
It was basically they put in extra things for you to do if you wanted to do them. The game was still there, but there were extra things if you felt like it.
Yeah.
Now,
it didn't force you to do those things if you didn't want to.
Okay, so then after that they moved on to the HD universe, and you mentioned Chinatown Wars earlier, but that's actually part of the HD universe. The games in that is Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto Lost and Damned, which is a game that got banned because of a certain scene in it, and then there's The Ballad of Gay Tony, Chinatown Wars, and soon to be Grand Theft Auto 5. There was a scene in Lost and Damned where there's full frontal male nudity, and it was not a happy scene for the people in America.
Cool.
It was banned in America.
Well, I'm not sure. It was banned in some places, but it was a controversy about that one. Yeah, everything's banned in Australia. I don't even know why Australia have games.
See, I don't know if they banned it for that. I don't know how they're going to react to. From what I've heard, is in GTA 5.
What is it you've heard?
Violence, drugs, male nudity, and a slight bit of necrophilia.
Well, it's not a Grand Theft Auto game if you don't have a bit of necrophilia.
It's been pushed back. The release date in Australia is about 2 months after here.
Oh.
Because they're removing certain content and passing it, etc. So yeah.
I feel sorry for the Aussies.
I do.
Yeah,
and also they don't get many games. Now, so Grand Theft Auto 4, I picked that up recently because one, I wanted to get footage for this video, and I feel like I should complete it. Now, the two sort of missions that I had, like story missions that I had going on, were near impossible. One of them, I've got to raid a strip club and kill the managers in there. I killed 2 of them. One of them ran away in an armoured car, and it's absolutely impossible for me to take down this car. The other one was, do you remember the rob the bank mission? Or it's the one that you would have seen from the original trailer of the game?
No.
Depending on how far you got into that game, did you complete it?
I got past the first time you have to go bowling with your cousin.
Well, yeah, so I found the 2 missions I was on incredibly hard, and I should probably go back to it and actually try it. But I did get a mission for Badman, who's the Rasta guy who speaks in the most brilliant way ever, where all he wanted me to do was go kill a load of Russians in an alleyway. That was pretty easy. I just drove a car down there. But you were saying in San Andreas, Matt, you were saying you didn't like the sort of the mini games or the extra stuff you could do. I found myself for probably about 20 minutes playing darts in a pub in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, but that's your kind of thing. You and Blaze spent maybe half an hour inventing darts in D&D, so I'm not surprised that you'd get distracted by something like that.
Hey, that was a great darts dice game.
No, it was. I agree with you, but like I said,
see, I didn't get distracted so much by those. In fact, they annoyed me more than anything else.
One thing I was disappointed on is I didn't get an achievement for getting 180. I feel like that's something that Rockstar would have put in as an achievement, but they didn't.
Probably because it was expected.
Maybe. Okay, so we've talked about the stuff that is existing for enough. Let's talk about number 5.
It's gonna be sick.
It does. I mean, the single player game itself looks pretty good, and then you've got the online itself, which could be a game in by itself. I feel like that is worth a retail price because of the sheer amount you could do.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be definitely worth the money, especially once they put the online stuff in it as well.
Which is 2 weeks after release, and release is the 17th, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, the online stuff just looks absolutely fantastic.
I feel like there's a lot of videos that we as Binary Core are going to be releasing for that. We were chatting about things that we could do with the map maker and the game type maker, and if we have the freedom that we want, there's going to be some awesome stuff. Just putting out there, deathmatch tennis. Just saying.
The thing that I remember you didn't seem that happy about was the 8 gig install.
Yeah, because I didn't know about that, but I have found a way for space, so I'm okay with that now. But that still is kind of annoying. I get that it's so you can sort of play it more seamlessly, but then that doesn't make sense to me because on the Blu-ray version on the PS3, you still have to do the install. Yeah, it's a Blu-ray disc; it's big enough.
Yeah, but the PS3 console has a mandatory install for every game anyway.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
all
it's always
games, the first thing you do have mandatory installs.
That sucks.
But that's the future. Like Xbox One and PS4 are both going to have mandatory installs of games.
Yes, but the much bigger hard drive, my hard drive for my Xbox is only 20 gig. I'm running out of room. How I've survived with such a small one, we'll never know. That's what she said. But no, definitely looking forward to this game when it comes out, and can't wait. And I think we're all going to have to get one of our own servers and make a map, play some stuff,
Or 2.
shoot some baddies.
Shoot all the baddies.
Shoot all the baddies.
Golf.
I don't think we have any choice other than to actually do this.
Yeah.
Well, I am glad that it's coming out on the current gen rather than next gen.
So I know I was speaking to Dave about this, and he was saying that he was going to hold back and get it on the next gen, and I was like, but it's not coming out on that, and he seemed legitimately disappointed because he wants it on better graphics. It's what he's doing for things like Destiny. He's waiting for them to be on the next gen.
It may well be on next gen now. Sony accidentally tweeted earlier saying about how happy they were that GTA is now coming to the PS4.
Okay.
They removed the tweet shortly afterwards, though. So
Didn't they apologise and say it was a typo?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's
But
the last
second leak of theirs today.
The last thing I saw is Rockstar was saying that it would just be too much work, and they wouldn't get as much of a reward out of doing the work to port it.
Yeah, what I've read was that it wasn't completely shut down, but that they were focusing on the current gen first.
Yeah.
First and foremost, once the current gen is all out there working and doesn't have any problems, then they'll consider next gen.
Either way, I'm getting on 360, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I will get it on the 360. It'll be the last big hurrah for my 360, I think.
Really interested about the sort of seamless real-time switching between the three characters. Like you saw in the video, like one of them's abseiling through the window while one of them's in the room and the other guy's in the helicopter. It's my sort of thought is if I'm telling one of the guys to get in the helicopter and then I'm in the room, is he going to be covering me well enough so that when I switch to him I can do exactly what I want? It sort of reminds me of in the Lego games where you've got the AI running around as the other player. You sort of put them in an area, switch to the other character because you want them to pull a lever while you're pulling a lever, and sometimes they run off. I'm just hoping the AI is... I assume the AI is going to be more clever than Lego Batman.
Yeah, I imagine if it's like a case of you're actually doing a mission, you'll be able to assign them the role before you switch. Or if you start shooting something properly before you switch, they're going to continue what you were doing.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. Not too long till the game comes out. So...
There's
feel
a
like
new
we've
trailer on Thursday coming out, apparently.
Well,
Keep that in mind.
keep in mind that will be already out by the time this video is released.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I feel like we've said enough.
Yeah.
That was the evolution of Grand Theft Auto, from its roots in its 2D universe where no one played the storyline, to where we're probably going to forget the storyline and just play multiplayer.
So back to where
So
we
it's come
started,
full
but with
circle.
3D.
Back to where we started, yeah, of course. And in HD.
3D HD.
It's a different universe. And I'm sure there'll be a 2DS we can play it on.
Sweet.
So thank you for listening and watching, because there's video too.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.